Trauma. Let's dive into it. Why is trauma still affecting you? Because whatever it is that traumatized you, you're still tethered to it. You understand? Think of it like a bunch of threads. When you get involved with people, whether it be friends or lovers, you intertwine with them. You become bonded. And when the bond is broken, trauma occurs. The person that is usually traumatized has the hardest time letting go because they live inside of the false reality of what ifs and why nots. What could have been. It's the tether. It's these invisible strings. You can call it your aura, your vibration with the other person, and you're still connected to them. You don't need to see air to believe that it exists. So to think that something like a tether to another person is what's not holding you from moving on, you'd be out of your mind. You need to think about it. There's something that's holding you, connecting you directly to your trauma. And the only way to move past this is to revisit it and sever that thread, the tether to that trauma. And it doesn't mean because you can never revisit this place that the trauma ensued and expect it to heal there. That will never happen. But on your own, you could revisit it. You could speak about it to a therapist. You could speak about it on paper. This is what I recommend to everyone because not everyone has a therapist. Not everyone has someone to speak to. And when you hold on to that trauma, you end up becoming bitter, resentful, regretful. You don't want to live that way. You should not be holding on to the past. The past is right where it belongs, behind you. You need to focus on what's ahead of you. Get busy in the here and now. So back to severing that trauma. You guys should be writing these things down. It becomes real when you put it down on paper and can read it out loud. Hiding it inside of your mind is just that. You're hiding it. You need to get it out, and it doesn't have to be to the world. But listen, you just might be an artist, and this just might be your outlet to get it out to the world. Maybe the world needs to hear how your trauma ensued and how you're getting over it or have gotten over it. You need to get working on it, though. The longer you hold on to it, the longer you're going to be living the way you are with the trauma. I don't know how you're living with it. I know from my experiences, whether they be heartbreak, betrayal, abandonment, the only way I dealt with it was writing it down, was speaking about it. I literally get on here every single day and record my video diaries. None of this shit is scripted. This all comes from inside of me. And if I don't get it out, I will lose my fucking mind. So here's my outlet. Let me be the example to you. It's very simple. You don't have to do a YouTube channel. You can write it down on paper. You can make poetry of it. You can make a song of it. You can make a painting of it. You can make a fucking movie of it. You can make something of it. Just don't make it your life on the regretful end. Don't. You're no longer tied to what caused your trauma. You're just holding on to the infliction of the trauma. It's time to cut the trauma out of your life. Sever that tie. It's going to get easier, but only when you go through and commit to getting rid of the trauma that has you held down. Work on yourself. Fix yourself. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. I constantly have to fucking remind people that nobody's coming to save you. Nobody. But you can save yourself. Don't let it be too late. Get to work.